Everyone's, I think, talking about pumpkin spice. The pumpkin
Everybody
patch.
or just you?
Okay, I'm the only maniac. Well, let me know if you're thinking about this too, because I'm so over this heat.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, we're finally going to cool off, thankfully. Our first good, fall cold front on the way. We've transitioned into what we call meteorological fall now. I know, technically it's not fall just yet. It's still summer, but, September is when we really
We're getting there.
Yeah, it is
slowly.
when we really start to cool off. But this past week felt just like the summer's been so far, with those highs well above 100 degrees, record temps yet again. We hit 110 yesterday afternoon. And I don't have to tell you how dry it's been this summer. No doubt you know that. Let me take you back to June 1st. This is what the drought situation looked like at June 1st. Not all that bad. I mean, it was a little dry in some places. There was some drought here or there, but let's look at what's happened over the summer. Look at how droughts just marched back and only intensified. And now almost all of DFW, well, all of DFW obviously under drought. Almost all of DFW under severe drought. Good portion of DFW under extreme drought. A lot of extreme drought across southern North Texas. And then you have even exceptional drought portions of Hamilton County there and over into Bosque County. Of course, that's taken a toll on all of our local lakes as well. The good news is at least the lakes kind of from DFW to the east started off the summer full. If they didn't, those lakes would be in much worse shape. They would be maybe a little bit similar to lakes kind of west of DFW, which didn't fill up before the summer started, and so those lakes are doing the worst. Bridgeport's down 13 feet, Eagle Mountain 7.5 feet low, Benbrook's 11 feet low, Grapevine's now 4 feet low, same thing in Louisville, Lavon's 4.5 feet low, Ray Hubbard is 3.5 feet low, Texoma's 2.5 feet low, Tawakoni's 1.5 foot low. Cedar Creek's 3.5 feet low. If I remember right, Cedar Creek was like 5.5 feet low last summer. Remember how hot and dry last summer was, but this summer was even drier. So that just kind of shows you how those lakes across the eastern portion of the area at least started off a little bit better this summer. 2.5 feet low in Richland Chambers. Whitney's 8 feet low. Granbury's 1.5 foot low. Proctor's 13 feet low. Leon's 9.5 feet low. Weatherford's 9 feet low. And Possum Kingdom is 2.5 feet low at the moment, with Arrowhead 8 feet low. Now here's the good news. I do have rain on the way through the upcoming week. Probably not going to fill up the local lakes, but anything helps. And it may be around an inch across most of North Texas, maybe a little higher totals out to the west, maybe a little lower totals off to the east. But kind of here's hoping that between this upcoming Monday and Friday, pretty much everybody in North Texas at least sees some rainfall, and it is not just, maybe a trace here or there. Hopefully it's at least some decent amounts here or there as well. Not going to happen the remainder of the day today, as any showers or storms out there will continue pushing to the south, and most of you will be dry the remainder of the day today. There could be a few pop-up storms across southern North Texas, but most areas will be dry, including DFW. 97 my high today, 96 tomorrow. The day may start off with a few showers or storms across western North Texas, kind of like we saw this morning, but just across western areas tomorrow morning. So that's what we'll be dealing with through the weekend, below 100 degrees finally. Let me take you to the tropics. Let's check in on Lee, which did intensify to a Category 5 storm earlier this week, but it's now weakened back down to a Category 3. Still a very strong storm, still a major hurricane. Thankfully, it's just out in the open Atlantic, and it's going to stay there for the time being. That's good news. We don't want the storm impacting anybody. It's going to bring, maybe some surf to the Caribbean islands, could make a close brush with Bermuda, but it is going to turn to the north and stay off the east coast of the U.S. Could impact Canada by the end of this upcoming week and into next weekend. But as far as the U.S. is concerned, the outer rain bands may impact portions of New England, but obviously will not affect our weather in any way, shape, or form. We cool off. 80s for highs most of this upcoming week. Rain chances almost each and every day. It won't be a washout every day. I'm not guaranteeing that every single square inch of North Texas will see rain every day, but at least our best rain chances we've had in quite some time.